Sean Mansing. I'm the proud principal of John Muir Elementary School. Really appreciate your time.
I'm Steve Tamsky, normally known as Tamsky, a fifth grade teacher.
Hi, I'm Ms. Jeanette. I'm the school site chairperson for John Muir Elementary School. I'm also a recommender of two there.
Good evening. I am a parent of a fifth grader, and he has been at John Muir since kindergarten.
Hi, I'm Kristen Matthews. I'm a second grade teacher at John Muir.
Buenas noches. I'm the school social worker at John Muir.
Hello everybody, I'm Desiree. I'm the family liaison at John Muir.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Our title here is called Mission Bobcat. Our kids recently chose the Bobcat. We really wanted the Redwoods, but they wanted Bobcats. We tossed it back and forth, the Bobcats it is. So we want to transform teacher and family relationships. We're located in the Western Addition, Lower Haight, depending on who you talk to. About 270 children, by about 90% socioeconomically disadvantaged. Amazing, resilient children. They come there every day and do their best, and also a lot of trauma that comes with that. But we have an amazing group of educators that have been there for a long time, and new teachers coming in that just jump right in and do the best for our kids. This particular project is to make that even better. So, here is the question that we came up with, that we've been waffling back and forth with. So how might John Muir create systems of support, communication, and personalized services in order to help teachers enhance partnerships with their families, and ultimately in order to improve student academic success? Because that's ultimately what it's all about. We need our kids to be academically prepared for this. So we had a discovery process, and the first in that is to create a team that represents our school. So 2 parents, 3 teachers, upper and lower, social worker, family liaison, and a principal. We started interviewing family members and teachers to see how Muir is doing in building partnerships, which is one of our first steps. And third, we observed family and staff interactions on the slide, just to see kind of how people were feeling about school in general. So, our interview responses that inspired us, either they were really good responses that we were like, yes, good for us, and then, or ones were like, man, we got a lot of work to do. So teachers should understand that students need to be treated individually in order to truly understand the kids. What John Muir does well is having a welcome environment. Somebody is always here to help, offer breakfast. I see you, I hear you. I typically need to ask Ariana about school more than Ariana telling me. So that was telling to us. I would like more literacy events. After 5, I would definitely go to them. And often I am called about my child's behavior, but not about academics. So what we found is a mix, where some families were feeling very comfortable and other families were really needed to be drawn in. Some of our insights we came up with: parents want more one-on-one staff meetings, meetings with staff, not just your typical parent-teacher conference week, family-teacher conference week. We want to break that mold and offer other opportunities for us to engage with our families. Parents want increased communication about academics, not behavior. At times, parents don't feel warmth or welcome in our office. Do we really know our families? How do we engage differently that builds knowledge to better serve their children? And more events that inspire and build community, especially around the academic piece again. So always coming back to the academics. And teachers and staff often assume a stereotyped home life for students, but don't actually know the reality of that. And so we want to break that mold for us. So we have 4 design strategies that our amazing team created in order to come back to our original goal. We have a John Muir Let's Meet Cafe. We have a teacher family visits, streamline office policies and office space, and 4 brain book, end of the day student marketing.
We are the Let's Meet Cafe team. So we're going to talk about food, roles, not like poppy seed roles, but roles people play. But first, and relationships, but first, a story. So people on a boat, a man's on a boat. And he starts to drill. He's got a handle, he's drilling a hole in his boat. The guy next to him says, I don't think that's a good idea. And the guy says, so who's asking you? And he keeps drilling and drilling. And the guy behind him says, you really should stop drilling. He says, no, who's asking you? So eventually, he doesn't stop, the boat sinks, everybody drowns. We, intellectually, we know that we're on the same boat, but it doesn't really feel like it sometimes. That's what we drill. So we're talking about there's a break between the relationship. So a barrier, we want to shatter the barrier, but the barrier is good because it means our roles. There's not a problem with the roles. The roles are noble. Parents are noble. There's a noble role. Students are noble role. And a teacher is a noble role. You put the three together, the teacher with the parent and the kid, it's a nobility that has like a cosmic algebraic equation that I can't quite figure out. So now we get to, but there's a problem with the relationships. There's a problem with the roles. They're stagnant, they're institutionalized, we're bullied around by this thing we don't know exists, but we can't really put our finger on society. So we want to figure out a way to get together, and this comes to the food. We're going to have a John Muir Let's Meet Cafe where you can just get to know each other more casually. Kids are going to serve. We're going to have above average food. The kids will be the maitre d's, the wait staff. And this is leading to finding out how do families feel comfortable relating to the school, especially in family visits or neighborhood visits. So this is just a start.
Design strategy 2.
All right, so another focus of ours would be to do home visits, and we don't necessarily want to just focus on just meeting the family at their home. Me being a parent myself and also living in an SRO, which if you're not aware is a single room occupancy, not everyone has, a home to welcome you or feel comfortable having you over, and some people might just oppose to that right away, and we want to make it for the family to feel comfortable. We don't have to meet at your home, we can meet at the park, or we can meet at a cafe, we can meet at the library, the students' favorite little shop, just to get the family to know that, we're taking them into consideration a little further than, what you would get at a school. Not everyone can make it to school, whether it's because they don't have the transportation, because they don't have, they don't have someone to watch their other kids or to, whatever it may be. So we just want our families to understand that unfortunately, we also have some families who are homeless and they don't have that possibility to just open their doors to you, So we want to let them know that we're willing to meet you where you're feeling comfortable. We want to let you know that we would like to actually meet you and not just, see where you live. We want to actually sit down and conversate and get to know you a little more outside of school.
Design strategy.
So we also want to make sure that we are welcoming the families in the office space, and this is the area we're planning we will create a warm and welcoming office space for the families. So when they come in, we will make sure that their sign-in procedures, visiting procedures will be clearly outlined for the families, so they'll know when they come. Office staff and other faculty need to be trained, because sometimes people don't know, to say good morning or can I help you? Or some people are behind the desk, they're typing, and so we really want to make sure that everybody's trained in this facility, and that everything is translated correctly for all the families to come, because family engagement is like a big piece, especially at our school.
Minute and a half.
Design strategy 4.
Okay, and last one, briefly. This is one, so newsletters, sometimes they get lost in the mail or in the shuffle, and so we wanted something that was more immediate, every day or every week. And what better way to engage parents than through the students? And so we saw through our insights that a lot of parents said, hey, we don't hear a lot about the academics at school. Our kids come home and maybe they had a fight at recess or lunch, and a lot of K-5 kids, that's what they're really focused on sometimes. And so we want to push them at the end of the day, training both families if they would like to, and also teachers and students how to talk about academics when you get home. So we'll have sentence frames that will be sent home on the same folders, and they'll say things like, what was your favorite part of the day? What was your least favorite part? What was your favorite subject? What did you learn in that subject? And every day at the end of the day, the kids pull out their green books, literally, and then you write down some of the things you learned, close it up, and so that they're ready as soon as they go home to share some of that learning, so that parents don't feel like that it was a day that was stressful for them, but it actually is. Like 99% of the day was filled with learning and fun, and there might be that one moment that happened that they want to share as soon as they get home. So they can share that too, but all of it.
30 seconds.
All right, so what do we want to see happen? We want authentic relationships where families feel heard. We want to see an increase in student academic success. We want family, students, and staff to feel safe and welcome here, and we want them to stay. We want students to be more aware of their learning and communicate to their families. We have some ads, but I'm going to just come right to this. This is what it's all about. This is Ryan. He joined us this year. He's a kid that is all over the place and is also amazingly just knows how to interact with a lot of people and does that well. But this is his reading group that he has with Miss Molly. It says, wow, 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 what a great job at reading group. Ryan's doing very well. So thank you.
Give it up for Muir.
Okay, let's see. Buena Vista Horseman, come on up. While Buena Vista Horseman is coming up, pass the feedback forms for those of you who haven't for John Muir.